trying to frame a problem from the security perspective only, and I'm not trying to put a point across that the demands of the people who went out on the street is illegitimate, not right. But there are larger issues in place here. And on this, I want Savio to come first. Savio, let's put this in perspective. What are those larger issues?
Well, there are two aspects to the entire conflict that happened in Ladakh. I personally believe that the Ladakhi people had genuine concerns, concerns that will be addressed by the government in the due course of time. But I believe using the this particular fault line that existed in Ladakh for that period of time, these peaceful protests that were going on for 6 years, and then suddenly they turned violent. I personally, with all the information that I have with me, believe that the people of Ladakh are not prone to violence unless they have been instigated or unless there's been some outsider influence into the protests that happen in Ladakh. When I mean outsider influence, I'm talking about people from other parts of India. I'm talking about people that could be from outside of India as well. And I think that is what needs to be investigated by the authorities at this point of time. The two aspects to it, one is the issues, the genuine concerns of the people of Ladakh, and I think the government must make it a point to address it, and they are in the process of addressing it. But the larger issue here is why would people that have been peacefully protesting for the last 6 years be, allowed to turn violent? Why would Sonam Wangchuk, who's currently under arrest under the NSA, why was he not there to calm down the protesters? Because the protest was held by him.
Okay.
So there are questions that are going to be asked, but I think there is a lot of outside interference and very little of Ladakhi influence other than the concerns and the issues that they have.
Okay. Dr. Mutassib Ladakhi, your opening comments, sir?
I am aghast, I'm completely shocked. I'm in fact angered by my co-panelists' understanding of the entire issue. Without any proof, without any basis, you have been gaslighting us Ladakhis into, accepting there is something wrong with our protests.
I didn't say that. I think you have a problem.
Mutassif, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. Mutassif, he didn't say that. Savio didn't say that. Savio said the demands are legitimate. He didn't say that. You can't misquote him. You can't misquote Savio. That's rhetorical.
Have you guys been to Ladakh?
No, I've been to Ladakh. No. I've been to. I don't know Mutassif, and I've been to Ladakh in 2000 also. I've been to Siachen also. I've been to Pangong also. Let's not get into let's not be rhetorical about it. He made a point, and I think you should put your points across. Let's not be rhetorical about it.
So you understand the social composition of Ladakh,
right? No, don't be rhetorical. Don't be condescending, sir. You have a point of view. Put it there. Put it on table.
Condescending. In fact, what I'm trying to say here is, if you understand the social composition of Ladakh, in Ladakh during the summers, you will find more people from outside Ladakh than the locals here, because Ladakh is primarily dependent on tourism, right? And the violence that took place that day particularly happened on a road which was not cordoned off. There was no curfew. People roam freely on that road, right? And none of us expected the protest to turn violent. It so happened, and that is what we are asking. Where is the inquiry? Why are you slandering Ladakhi people? You should, sitting in powerful positions such as
I didn't expect that sort of a rhetoric, lack of depth, Mr. Mutassif. No one is slandering Ladakhi people. Don't get into that. No one is slandering Ladakhi people. No one is slandering Ladakhi people, and you don't have to behave like the sole spokesperson. You are chief coordinator of the Ladakh Research Scholar Forum. At least demonstrate some scholarliness here on the show.
Why weren't they deployed?
Anyway, if you're not interested in a conversation, then let me straight away go to Dr. Vikram Singh. No one is slandering Ladakhi people. Don't put words in Savio's mouth. Don't put words in Savio's mouth. Dr. Vikram Singh.
Good evening, gentlemen. I would say that there is merit in what Mr. Savio had mentioned. Of course, Ladakhis are the most patriotic people in India, and it needs to be understood well and clear. Their demands are already under consideration, and Ladakhis are also known to be the most peaceful in the country. Having said that, I would know that what has metamorphosed and what mutation has happened in recent times, that a person who was iconic producing Three Idiots, what were the compulsions of going to Pakistan, and then misusing the land allotted by the government to him. I would not be as sweet as Mr. Savio would be, because I have experienced what insidious interventions are like, and they're clear-cut footprints of a toolkit. Clear-cut footprints of a toolkit. And that toolkit, you may recall, when something happened in Nepal, the uprising in Nepal, people were celebrating Diwali in India, said something like this is going to happen in India. You see, comparison should be between comparables. India is not Nepal or Bangladesh. Nothing is like this is ever going to happen. Yes, I would say that what Ladakhis have done for all of us, we salute their valor, their patriotism. And yes, indeed, there are two things that I have my reservations about: jobs for the locals, blind industrialization. I'm given to understand that the
Yes,
and
yes,
all of the
Mr.
outsiders.
Dr. Yes, yes. Make your point, Dr. Singh.
Yes, I was saying that there is so much of industrialization that is going on, indiscriminate industrialization. Can you hear me?
You. Please go on.
Ca- Indiscriminate industrialization.
Okay, I think there's a bit of a line problem. Savio, please respond. Savio.
Yeah, that's what my dear friend from Ladakh seems to have misunderstood. The concerns of the people of Ladakh need to be addressed, and that's what exactly is what I said. But to deny that there is a probability of something happened that led peaceful protesters to turn violent, nobody is willing to answer that. Why did they turn violent? Ladakhis are not prone to violence. Ladakhis are not going to be people who would go and burn, infrastructure that is a part of their society. That's not the nature of the people of Ladakh. And I've been to Ladakh. I'm in constant touch with people in Ladakh, and I understand what the problem is. But they too don't believe that this protest should have gone violent. So if the people of Ladakh don't believe that the protest should have gotten violent, how did it get violent? Nobody wants to answer that. And that's my concern, because you had the person leading the protest who walks away, who runs away from the situation. Instead of standing up and telling the people to stop protesting, he goes about putting a tweet. Secondly, you have questions that have been arise, and that is why MHA has put an NSA on him.